It's time for the second tarot card, the one that convinced me YouTubing is my future. This was the two-path spread on facade.com, which is used for decisions. And so I asked, should I pursue YouTube? And here's what I got. The top left card represents the first possible outcome. Liberty. Instantly, yes. An emerging and powerful sense of personal freedom. Yeah, that's really what comes with YouTube. Hearing a call to action, absolutely. I feel called to talk about all sorts of stuff and use any platform I'm given for good. Awakening to a deeper level of awareness or sense of spiritual self. YouTube really has been and will continue to be a sense of self-discovery no matter how it ends up being, whether I keep you 25 subscribers and that's it, or it goes down to 0, or it goes up to 25 billion, which is probably not going to happen, because that will require a lot of spam accounts. A rebirth or basic change of state. YouTube would really allow me the freedom to live into my non-binariness to the full extent versus really the other path I'm considering is youth ministry, which would be difficult, to put it mildly. Making an important decision or judgment, perhaps one long delayed, as in what to do with my life. Being released from limiting circumstances, that's probably the number one thing, because while YouTube is still a job, it's free in that you can live anywhere, and it's a very not hard schedule because you can just shoot a bunch and upload one day at a time, which is actually why I'm filming all of these on Saturday for this week. The top right card represents the second possible outcome. Ace of Music, passion when reversed. Emotions repressed or violently out of control. I think these are the two extremes that I'm afraid of happening. I could either end up feeling really trapped in a YouTube persona that I don't know how I got there and I don't feel free, or I could have a total display of rage that just destroys everything and exists forever on the internet. A lack of passion or connection to your highest potential. Yeah, my biggest concern is what if I'm supposed to be doing something else? But I mean, I will always have that concern no matter what I'm doing. Being led astray from meaning and fulfillment. That too, like, how meaningful is YouTube going to be? I think it's going to be incredibly meaningful, but, you know, it might not be. Inhibition. Yeah, in the creative process, a passionate desire to rise above the norm, to soar to personal new heights of creative vision. See, this is what really convinces me that doing YouTube is the right thing to do. Right thing, actually. Because even on the negative path, there's still this positive thing. And yeah, there's this, I guess, a passionate desire to rise above the norm could be problematic, but if the norm is bad, then why not rise above it? To sort of personal new heights of creative vision is going to be with me no matter what I'm doing. The middle left card represents the force drawing you towards the first possible outcome. Nature when reversed. Overgrowth. Of what? Natural forces out of control. What forces? Drawing me towards doing YouTube? Is that like God calling me? Because I can get behind that. Fear of nature and sexuality. Is it more like a fear of my nature and sexuality being discovered by people it shouldn't be known? And so then, in a context other than YouTube, and then YouTube allowing me the freedom to tell people about it? Mothering issues? I'm not really buying that. Seduced by illusions of materialism? Maybe. But I want to live poor. I'm gonna make a video about that at some point. But, whatever. I want money, but I don't want money from me. The middle right card represents the force drawing you towards the second possible outcome. Lightning when reversed. An unexpected shock, upheaval, or stunning event. I don't like those. So staying away from that's gonna, and doing what's expected of me, would mean not doing YouTube. Possibility of mental, material, or spiritual breakdown. Yeah, I don't want that, and I especially wouldn't want that on camera. And so that's what would take me there. But also, I feel like that could be interpreted as taking this path that has been laid out for me would lead me to that. A missed opportunity. Missing the opportunity is going to lead me down that path, I think. An angry or emotional outburst. An embarrassment or blow to the ego. Broken pride. All of these things, I think, are things I fear about YouTube, but also things that are going to end up happening there. Actually, honestly, I'm not actually afraid of those. I want broken pride. I want to be humble, whatever. An unintended release of energy that was being conserved for another task. If I dump something on YouTube that was designed for something else, then that other thing can't happen. But, of course, if I devote all my energy to pursuing a path when it's supposed to go to YouTube, then YouTube won't happen as well as it should. So that's a problem, too. The House of Cards collapses. Illusions are shattered. Helplessness. I'm afraid of that, and that's why I would take the normal path. Because normal paths aren't built out of houses of cards. Normal paths are built out of leaving card games behind and doing stuff. But, man, what if the House of Cards doesn't collapse? What if it stands and is strong and wins the Guinness Book of World Records? I don't know where I'm taking this. But what if YouTube could go so wrong, but what if it goes so right? If it goes so right. I've also got to start filming on a flat surface. The bottom card represents the critical factor that decides what will come to pass. Reason, when reversed. Naked rationalism is in the driver's seat. Being out of touch with your heart and inner voice. I think that's what's going to come from doing youth ministry, which is ironic because youth ministry is all about religion, and religion is about the heart. But I think my heart and inner voice really are calling me to a different platform. They're calling me to be authentic to myself. And what church is going to hire an agender person with a chronic illness who cannot guarantee that they'll make it to work any given day, and when they do make it to work, probably won't have a bathroom they can use, and probably will indoctrinate all the kids to be liberal scum. Because we all know liberals are scum. Feeling bound by rules without context. Finding oneself trapped in a hierarchy, whether at the top or the bottom. I think those are things that the corporate world, or I guess the ecclesiastical world, produces. And I don't like that, so I would rather not be bound by rules without context, and not be trapped in a hierarchy, and really ultimately be my own boss. I would much rather live life on my terms. Reliance on the patriarchal or traditional approach in the face of changing times or contexts is not something I want to do. And the church is hugely built on the patriarchy and whatever. And so, I don't want that in my life. I want the church in my life, but I don't want, the patriarchal oppression in my life. Bothering issues. Watch for ironies, as the emperor has no clothes. And the irony is that I think it's naked rationalism drawing me towards a career that's supposed to be all about the heart, while my heart is invested in this pursuit of something childish or considered a cry for fame or whatever, and something that's easily dismissed. And so this tarot card reading plus the this tarot card reading convinced me to do the 3 fates, examining it through the lens of how does this apply to YouTube. And these 2 tarot card readings, I think, going back to the whole casting lots things, are ways in which God is speaking to me, because he could have had the site generate any way the cards would, any shuffling, and he could have prompted me to pick any of the cards, but I picked these 5 cards and then yesterday's 3 cards for a reason, and I think this is his way of preaching to me. And Do I think YouTube is a foolproof plan? No. Do I even necessarily think it's what I'm going to end up doing? No. But I definitely think it's something I should continue to pursue. And I wouldn't be surprised if I'm still doing it in the future. I don't want this to sound prideful, like I expect to be successful, because that's not the case at all. It's just something I want and I'm willing to put the dedication into. Thus ends our series on the occult. Just in time for whatever tomorrow's video is gonna be. I was thinking it was gonna be Thursday, so tomorrow would be Friday, just in time for a walk through the Bible, but that's not the case. So, was this video informative? Leave a like. Was it inflammatory? Leave a comment. Was it intriguing? Subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter or Tumblr using the hashtag AskAzaria or the messaging system to be featured on our next Just Asking Monday. I hope you have a great day.